right, welcome back everyone to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. It has been a while. I've set this at the start of the last Persona 5 and 3 streams, but I'll just... Oh, where's the feedback coming from? There you go. Okay, that's gone. Yeah, I said this at the start of the last couple of streams, but since this is a new series, and some people might not watch the other two, I'll just reiterate it. I've been very busy these last couple of months with first theater production, then finals, and then graduation stuff. But now I am now officially in summer vacation, which means I'll be able to stream a lot more consistently going forward. Once again, the schedule right now is we're essentially doing Persona 5, then Dual Destinies, then Persona 5, then Persona 3, Persona 5, Persona Dual Destinies. So it's essentially like there's 4 streams, you know, every 4 streams there's 2 Persona 5 streams, then 1 Dual Destinies, 1 Persona 3. We're just trying to get through Persona 5 and get it done quickly. That way we can get down to just 2 games at a time, because 3 is way too much. Yeah. So just because of that and just how timing worked out, it's been a long time since the last Dual Destiny stream. But we're just gonna get started. Hi, Surndon. Why is that truth? Oh yeah, I forgot to add a thumbnail to this to the live stream at first. I made the thumbnail. I just forgot to upload it. So I ended up uploading it like 10 minutes before starting. But yeah, no, that's just my if I don't put a thumbnail, it just defaults to my channel banner, which is where the phoenix on the body pillow. That's that's from, I think, a Justice for All thumbnail. It's either Justice for All or Trials and Tribulations. I don't remember. But it just, you know, I'll just take silly things from my thumbnails and add them to my channel banner. It's a work of art, I tell you. There's some other things that I want to add on it, but I don't have the right file on this computer. I have the laptop that I have I have it on a laptop that's in a different fucking state, where I have the actual like file, the GIMP file for the I know they're old, but I still feel like, you know, worth going through them. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to get through. So let's actually just get started, and that's perfect timing since Love Love Guilty just ended. Yeah, so the thing here is, since it's been a while, you rewind at the beginning, watch 1.5 to catch up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the court record to try to refresh our memory as best we can. That beanie. Phoenix, you gotta go back to wearing the beanie with the hidden camera. I'm telling you, that shit was incredible. I mean, fucking Hobo Phoenix won the character. Well, he got 2nd place in the character poll, I believe, right? It was Edgeworth, Hobo Phoenix, and Apollo, which is honestly a great trio. April 18 at 1:20 p.m. Right? Anything agency. All right. Before we get started, let's just quickly pop through the court record. Oh, we got exactly 2 pages. Great. So we can try to figure out what we're doing. Let's go through people first, so we can you know the people. And then yeah. Also, I'm just fucking Trucy looks atrocious in this image. I'm sorry. She looks like she looks 30 in this fucking image for some reason. Edgeworth is very overrated, IMO. Okay, what I'll say is that Edgeworth is definitely like my favorite. Edgeworth is definitely my favorite character, so I can't really call him overrated. But I think I can understand the fact that a lot of people Like I feel like Edgeworth is my favorite as a character, but I think easily the best prosecutor in the series is Christoph Gav. Not Christoph. Clavier. Clavier Gavin. I think he's by far the best prosecutor in the series. He uses no underhanded tactics. Actually cares about finding the truth. He doesn't have to go through this whole fucking character arc to learn that like locking innocent people up is bad. Like the man just starts the game as like a fully upstanding, honest to goodness, I want to find the truth prosecutor, and just continues through that for the entire fucking game, and I adore him. I love Clavier so much. But yeah, Trucy, obviously. Jinxie, Mater QB Manor, friends with Trucy. She thinks I'm a demon, right? And she's the daughter of the suspect, and also she was the witness, or the closest thing we have to a witness, because no one actually saw the murder take place, but they saw some of the stuff around it. Amazing Nine Tails, masked wrestler, respect the monster craze. He's against the municipal merger. No one knows his identity, but it was actually Rex Hubie. Damien Tenma, Jinxie's father and the mayor of Tenma Town. He was found unconscious at the scene of the crime, right? And it was believed, and he's the suspect. Rex Hubie, deceased alderman of Nine. Hold on, can we get some music in here, please? Thank you. Rex Hubie, the deceased alderman of Nine Tails Vale. His snow white hair was particularly striking. Right, and he was the victim. He was supposedly impaled with the spear. Athena, Liz known her agency. She apparently studied psychology while she was in Europe. It's always fucking Europe. The caretaker of QB Manor. He says he was guarding the entrance at the time of the murder, but he was actually watching the wrestling match, so he didn't see shit. Bobby Fullbright, detective investigating the murder in Nine Tails Vale. He's a self-styled champion of justice and a keeper of the peace. And he was able to restrain Black Quill earlier this day, so that we could actually get this extra investigation day. So I do like Bobby. He's no Emma and he's no a Gumshoe, but he's pretty good. So far, all the detectives we've gotten have been fantastic. Then Florent LaBelle, right? He was the murderer, and he was supposedly with Filch, but he was actually committing the murder. Phoenix Wright, prosecutor, prison inmate, invested the use of psychological manipulation in courtroom battles, and he's a fucking emo boy. Okay, so Yokai Legend Scroll, sole document showing what Temperatore looks like. Seems those who foolishly choose to depict the demon are cursed. Right, and it was said that Tenmataro fought the Nine-Tailed Fox. The Nine-Tailed Fox defeated Tenmataro and locked him away in like this secret chamber or whatever. And then that's why it's called Nine Tails Vale. A Tenmataro warning charm Jinxie gave me when I set out for the crime scene. Ninetales flower found only in Ninetales Vale. It boosts Jinxie's courage because it was her mother's favorite. Right. Position paper, newspaper, photo Temmataro. Temmataro real fantasy figures only captured on camera around 3:40 p.m. near Ninetales Vale, probably by Lotta Hart. I hate her. Yeah, so the murder took place. Do we have an autopsy report? Yes, we do. Yeah, murder took place around 3:20. And then 20 minutes later, the Tenmataro was seen flying through the air. Now, we know there's a Tenmataro costume, which is probably what it was. The question would be, how do they make the costume actually fly? Like Bobby and Meekins, they're very similar. They're likable, even though I think Bobby is good enough to be a main detective. I don't think Bobby is good enough to be a main detective. I prefer him as a side character, like Meekins. Yeah, I think... Oh my god, Bobby and Emma working together would be an incredible duo. With Bobby, who's like you know, super optimistic and like happy and, you know, about everything, and Emma, who's always done with everyone's shit. Oh my god, I need that. I need. So you know how there's you know how Miles Edgeworth Investigations was originally meant to be a game following Emma in her time in Europe, before they eventually changed it to be Edgeworth. They need to make a new investigations game, but it's just Emma and Fullbright going on a fucking buddy cop. Oh my god, that would be incredible. Oh, my controller died. I will be right back. Fandom seems to like Bobby much more than me and hate Meekins. I agree about Emma and Bobby, by the way. There's an Ace Attorney YouTuber called Devastian Sebest. Makes these two interact, that it's so funny. I'll probably check that out, but I imagine there'll be spoilers, so I will save that for after I'm done playing through stuff. I definitely like Bobby, and I also like Meekins. I love Meekins, but I can understand why some people might find both of them annoying. Definitely. All right, crime scene diagram. Right, so the Forbidden Chamber, that's where Tenma was supposedly captured, and then it would seem, so then the murder took place in the Fox Chamber. Then Jinxie ran. Or so wait, so okay, yeah, now I remember, right? So Jinxie goes in, she sees the Fox Chamber, she sees the murder, so she runs back to the phone to call the police, and then as she's coming back from the phone, that's when she sees Tenma run out through here, through the foyer. Which means that somehow the person wearing the Tenma costume must have gotten past her, probably using the air duct, or maybe in through the window. Basically makes fanfics with visuals. That's I think I gathered as much from the previous message. Yeah. Diagram of the foyer. The caretaker Phineas Filch. Right, so then, yeah, the Tenma the person in the costume, must have come through here and then gone through this door, which I'm not sure where that leads, because this is the exit, I'm pretty sure. But they can't go through there because of the security camera, and then Filch was watching the TV, so he didn't see anything. Fox and Newman statue. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor, wrapped in a large cloth. Right, and it was yeah, okay, so someone knocked him out with the fox statue, I guess, and then stabbed him with the spear? Statue has traces of blood from the defendant, Damien Tenma, on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth in which the defendant's blood was also... Oh, no, sorry, this is the defendant. Right, so I guess the idea was that... The idea is that Tenma stabbed QB, and then QB knocked him out with the statue before bleeding out, but that's obviously not what happened. I'm guessing... LaBelle was the one that hit Tenma with the statue to make it look like they're in a struggle. Taken to the Fox Chamber, bloody footprints, black feathers. Yeah, okay, yeah. because supposedly Tenmataro escaped from the Fox Chamber and killed QB, but obviously that couldn't have been the case because the feathers are very clearly over the blood, which means that the Tenmataro costume, both the feathers and the teacup are both over the blood, which means the crime scene was set up after the murder was committed. To look like Tenmataro had done it. Amazing Ninetales mask, right, because it's why QB was the Ninetales. Amazing Ninetales glossy, Hero Spark Monster Craze. Right, he... Easy statement, eyewitness account. Leaving the scene, calling the police, they passed each other at a bend in the hall as he made for the foyer. He was carrying a staff-like implement that jingled. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. Right, staff with jingles. Probably to draw attention to Tenmataro so that people would see him. Children's TV program aside, this afternoon, wrestling match is a total disaster. Howlin' Wolf, Pretty Boy Vampire. QB's autopsy report, stabbed to death, 2:30. Victim was in a drug-induced slumber. Right. So they were knocked out by some kind of drug, probably in their tea, by Florent LaBelle. Letter threatening in Alderman QB's pockets. Hey, dearest life, you'll merge Ninetales Vale with Tenma. Do not tell anyone about this threat. If you do, consider your dearest as good as dead. And so this was the letter that LaBelle actually sent Tenma, and that's why he wanted Ninetales and Tenma Town to be merged. But then he put the letter in QB's. He swapped the letter out to QB's pocket to make it seem like Tenma had was blackmailing QB, and then QB tried to fight back and kill Tenma because of blackmailing him, and then Tenma killed him. So that's all part of the murder that LaBelle tried to set up. Village superstitions, they've been handed out generation to generation in Ninetales Vale. Not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Knowing the superstition will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. You need to purchase from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. Right. Okay. Having yokai testify in court is unprecedented, to say the least. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. I think, here, we can actually look at some of this. If I remember correctly, yeah, okay, because some of the deliberation were starting to lead to the possibility that Jinxie was maybe the killer. So in an attempt to protect her, Tenma pretended to be possessed by the spirit of Tenmataro, I believe, if I remember correctly. I am Tenmataro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go for a run. See you in a bit. My goat Clavier would never. Wait, what about the investigation? Ah! Whoa, Trucy, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Back from work? Yep, I really nailed this new magic trick I got going on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. Whoever did that was the Tenmataro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts right now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence. You no longer need disappear. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trucy's magic panty. I wonder where all that stuff goes. So what did we lose? Okay, so we lost the charm, we lost the nine-tailed flower, and something else. The wrestling match schedule. Okay. Chusi's deity design is so bad it makes my eyes bleed every time I see it. Yeah, she did not. She did not transition to 3D very well. I'll definitely say that. We couldn't even get the cape color right. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos. Detective Fullbright, mind if we search the air duct?
Oh, well, since you really are the son of justice, yeah, I suppose I'll let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so.
I wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. No, that sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. The air duct is key. We know that Tenmataro impersonator used it to make his escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Right? Finally, the killer dropped the key into the fox chamber through the air vent here. Right, creating a locked room mystery. Then went back to the air duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry. I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Oh, they're not even gonna fucking have the stepladder discussion? Oh, okay. Apollo and fucking Athena are a hell of a team. If they're not even gonna stop to discuss stepladders and are able to just get straight to business, hold up. Oh, it's... See, this is what happens when both members of your investigation team are attorneys instead of an attorney and a fucking, like, spirit medium or a fucking random magician or a fucking, like, thief. Like, wow, crazy when both members of your investigation team actually know what the fuck they're doing. Things go smoothly. Wow, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, there's a thick layer of dust in here. Bro is dying. I don't get it. Imagine Apollo just fucking dies in the air. Find anything? Yikes, Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So, what did you find? You know how dust collects on something and nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's come through the duct lately? Kinda looks that way. And if it's true, Mayor Tenma's gonna be figured as the killer. If we don't turn things around quickly.
Justice we trust!
So then, if the air duct wasn't used, then it must have been the window somehow. He became a FNAF animatronic.
Sorry, Mr. Justice.
Sorry, I need to get back into the Fullbright Knights thing.
Lisa, I poison for Cusco. I poison specifically to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. Yeah, but it seems that justice was not the most just after all. It's my sense of justice that has prevailed.
Detective Fullbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self.
Ah, come on! That's that never say die spirit! Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man, bring it on!
Let me suffer in peace.
Justice prevails once more!
It's not over yet, and besides, taking someone when they're down is what bad guys do.
Ah! Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fullbright, champion of justice!
And how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here.
Information about the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again.
We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? Good job on the psychology angle. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pin the blame on a yokai. He really wants a conviction at all costs. He could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad.
Yeah, well, I have been writing a self-reflective essay as we speak.
Yeah, own that fraud. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times.
And that whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. The truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted the yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer.
Yeah, right. I'd like to see him prove it.
Oh, calm down! He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. It was the base of the cliff just outside QB Manor.
Wait, that isn't the stuff Tenmataro was supposedly carrying, was it?
That one and only. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done.
No way. Well, what about Prince?
Nope, no Prince, but if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyways.
Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not gonna work in our favor. Yeah, the big question here is why was Tenmataro holding the thing? Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. If that's the case... And where in the mansion did Tenmataro get it from? Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out the victim was the Amazing Nine Tails?
He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured out while investigating the municipal merger and the victim's past. The Amazing Nine Tails sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The Amazing Nine Tails fans are so angry, I even tried to storm the detention center.
I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been stoked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Nine Tails? A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. Have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. And we ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Do you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you better be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself at the wrong end of a figure 4-leg rock.
Bro, the mayor of Tulsa literally, like, fucking bombed a neighborhood in his own city. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know?
Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something.
Did? What did he say?
He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I'm under no obligation to speak with you mortals," and other things of that nature.
Mayor Tenma remembered.
Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. No, why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids?
You can't question my client without me being there! What? Stop! Don't talk to my client without me being present! God fucking damn the Japanese justice system! But now, Apollo, what about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. So that's that. Let's see, I think we've already presented most of this, but we'll just go through just in case. So this is my attorney's badge?
No, present it with more confidence and conviction. Like this! And justice we trust.
Okay, how's this? Apollo Justice, attorney, here comes justice! Here comes...
That was amazing! But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Let's see you do it 10 more times.
Okay, I'll try my best. Apollo, what are you doing? How do you talk me into this? You gotta teach him the chords of steel.
Justice needs backup sometimes too. So I don't mind you asking for help, but you should start by thinking things over yourself. After all, the road to justice starts with your first step.
I don't have any information to offer. You could just say so.
That's such a grisly crime scene. I won't rest till that murderous fiend is behind bars.
Do you still think Mayor Tenma is responsible?
That's right! Damien Tenma is an evil fiend who must be banished from this world. Now take my hand and together we will defeat this evil.
I think you're forgetting that Mayor Tenma is still my client. So, it was the spear that killed the alderman?
That's right! He'd been in a drug-induced sleep, but woke the moment he was impaled. That's when he struck back at his attacker.
It's almost superhuman.
Justice cannot allow evil to exist unopposed, even if it means sacrificing one's own life.
I bet you two could strike back even if you were impaled. I mean, you're full of justice. Really? You're just saying that because of my name, Athena. Now that I think about it, does Fullbright know that Apollo's nickname is literally Justice? Did he make a comment about it yet? I mean, it's not his nickname, it's his actual name. But I don't think he's made a comment on it. Or he may have, it's been a while. Yeah, let's have a look around before we head back to the Editing Agency. So the crime scene was locked tight at the time. Huh, this is a tough one. The only people in the locked room were the deceased, the alderman, and the mayor. Maybe the killer hid something somewhere in that room? Is there really anywhere to hide in the Fox Chamber? I mean, there's the Forbidden Chamber, right? If you could figure out how to open that door. Right? Like, it's entirely possible. If there's a way to actually open the Forbidden Chamber door, then the killer could have just hidden in the Forbidden Chamber. And then after Jinxie left, then they could have done their thing. The only other option is that in the window. Just wait, yeah. That's good. Let's cut the day in court. And news just can't stop talking about how the demon Tenmataro made an appearance. There's never an exorcist around when you need one. Well, I heard the judge actually held an exorcism in his courtroom after that. Good! Let's hope it's the last we'll see of that pain-in-the-neck yokai. I don't know. I'm feeling Tenmataro could exorcise an exorcist. As an attorney defending a demon, I know exactly how that feels. Yep, that's your attorney's badge, alright. It's still grimy looks make me think of all the courtroom battles you've faced so far. Mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go. Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. No need to deflate her dreams about work just yet. What an interesting picture. It looks like a one-on-one monster smackdown. Must have been quite a battle. Which yokai do you think is stronger? It seems to me Tenmataro's ability to fly would give him an edge over the nine-tailed fox. But the fox has powerful legs. He'd pounce before Tenmataro knew what hit him. He won't be pouncing on anyone after he's dropped from way up in the sky. But the nine-tailed fox is gold-colored. Gold is way better than black. I'm sure he'd win. What colors have to do with anything? Besides, everyone knows red is the best.
Edgeworth bursts in the room. That's finally someone who isn't fucking stupid.
Looks like this paper doesn't shy away from stories on strange creatures. Really? What does it say? They claim to have produced photos of Gordy and Kappa, the water sprite thingy. God damn it, it's fucking Lotta Heart, for fuck's sake. And just the other day, they got one of Konaki Gigi crying his poor old eyes out, followed by that infamous shot of Tenmataro. I don't know about Kappa, but I bet the Konaki Gigi is just a shot of someone's grandpa lost and crying up in the mountains. That's not very nice. They should have helped him instead of publishing his picture. You think Lotta Heart has a single moral bone in her body? Nah. Now, you know, if that's how you know it isn't my goat, Brushel Sprout, because Brushel would never, Brushel would never, publish these fake stories. He's a true investigative journalist. Sorry, Apollo. Nothing's going to mind. But give me an hour and I'll have it analyzed psych style. I'll get started on it right now. No need for that. I was just wondering. Well, to be fair, Trucy did wear red at one point in her life. Because red was her dad's color, so Trucy likes both red and blue, I feel. I can't believe Alderman QB was the Amazing Nine Tails. Maybe that's why the killer targeted him? His popularity among the anti-merger faction had been a major obstacle. Yeah, maybe the Alderman felt threatened, that's why he had to disguise himself? Do you think the Tenmataro Jinxie saw was the real killer? It's hard to say at this point. But if that's not her killer, then what was it doing in the manor? Maybe it just wanted to use the bathroom. Huh? I've heard of monsters in the closet under the bed. They're in the bathroom too? No, what I'm saying is the Tenmataro Jinxie saw was just someone dressed like the yokai. I mean, there's no such thing as monsters in the bathroom. People, on the other hand. Oh, I get it. That was your attempt at a joke. Haha, very funny. Someone so competitive and smart, she sure gets some crazy ideas. It was more of a mix of pink and red, though. Well, yeah, but we're talking in like broad strokes. Like it, you know, like Edgeworth's red is different from Apollo's red, for example. Okay, let's go to the garden. Yokai Lane. Nothing here. Detention Center? Hello, I would like to stop my client from being questioned without me present. This is a clear breach of his rights. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. Where should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and our only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged, too. And don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, Athena's here, too. Mr. Wright! There goes the investigation, Apollo. Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? There's my boy. I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know, I never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least we figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reason might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Oh, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? Yeah, the worst times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. Mia! She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Basics. Always believe in your client, huh? So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did. Yeah, but an old friend of mine needed some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom. And like fate brought us together. Just Edgeworth just calling Phoenix in the middle of the night. Right, come over right now. Thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Aw, it's nothing special. Maybe I underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. It's just, I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Yeah, you... Or personal. Like she's trying to help somebody she knows. All right, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client, right? Oh, Mr. Wright. Yeah. I'm gonna go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. No, I wanted to talk to him more. April 18, detention center, visitor's room. Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something.
So my minions have returned.
Apollo, he still thinks he's the yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again.
Silence, peddler of the legal trade. Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste.
Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should be helping him win. I'm starting to think if we should even be helping him win his freedom. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed. You know what I mean? Fuck. What was the? What was the Tenma voice? I do not remember. Hold on. Just hold on for a moment. Yeah, just keep rubbing. Just keep rubbing your chin. Don't worry about it. I'll be. Apollo is just. This is what it looks like when Apollo is doing his fucking his heightened senses thing. I'm still so mad that they just completely they're just not letting us do them. Because of some fucking like hawk or whatever. It's so stupid, dude. I want to be able to use my special Apollo powers, god damn it. No, not that video. God, why is my YouTube loading so slowly right now? It's never this bad. The fuck? Perceive is considered cheating, but Mood Matrix isn't? Yeah, it completely makes no sense. I guess maybe since like Perceive is basically magic, whereas Mood Matrix is just technology. I don't know why you would, but it's basically just seeing people's fucking tells when they lie and shit. Like without fucking Perceive, like Christoph Gavin would have never gotten convicted for the death of what was Vera's dad called? I know their last name is Mission, but I forget his first name. Is biased though? Only the defense is allowed to use it. I mean, if the prosecution can find can develop similar technology, they'd be able to use it. Drew, yes, because it's Drew because he drew things because he's an artist. Yeah, okay. Why is YouTube just being so slow today? It makes no sense. I've never had issues like this. I mean, I've had it on Chrome. I've had issues with YouTube being slow, but never on Firefox like this. Weird. Part of the reason why I switched to Firefox is because the loading times on YouTube are just so much better. There we go. This is the beauty of live content. Here we go.
I've been carrying it around in my briefcase, but now it's suddenly vanished.
Blackman must have taken it with them after they killed Alderman. Well, at least it clearly established the killer's motive.
Visiting hours are over. This meeting is adjourned.
Okay.
It's the judge's line. Apollo, you really think Tenmataru?
Cool. If you can help clear me of these charges, I shall help you in whatever manner I may.
Now ask of me what you will.
I suppose it's worth a shot. Hold on. Still got things to talk with Phoenix about.
Your attorney's badge, huh? I used to show mine to everyone too.
Why?
You know, I never really thought about it. I could ask you the same question.
Hey, well, I guess you could say I show it because there's someone to show it to. Or something like that.
Well, you say it like that, it sounds kind of, I don't know,
Philosophical.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Or does it? I love these two idiots together.
Here's a little souvenir truce he wanted you to have. Ah, how sweet. I know, I'll hang it in my office once the case is closed.
I don't know, it's pretty creepy looking.
You don't want to freak our clients out. You have a point there. Maybe you should hang it in your room, Apollo.
My room? I don't want this thing in there!
Well, I don't want it either. It has an instant nightmare fuel written all over it.
Well, Trucy got it for you, so stop trying to pawn it off on me.
No.
The more I look at it, the more I wonder if these are your distant relatives. Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
You're getting good at this, Apollo. Remember, the way you present evidence in court can really have an impact on the trial. But your elbow angle's a little off. It should be more like this.
I'll be fine. Be more careful next time, promise. You present the badge to him and apologize as he asks, what's that?
So, the room was locked tight, and the only people in there were the suspect and victim. I handled a similar case a long time ago.
Really?
Not only that, the defendant was my assistant. Yeah, reunion and turnabout.
What?
And not only that, the prosecutor for the trial loved to swing her whip around in court.
A whip?
When I saw that whip, man, I thought it was all over.
Wait, your assistant getting accused of murder had made you think that already? Well, actually, that was actually the second time she had been accused of murder. What?
I love Apollo just learning about all the fucking crazy shit Phoenix has gotten up to.
Okay, cool. Now, Tenmataru. Feathers and tracks. Are those feathers and tracks to the scene of the crime really your doing?
Indeed, the remnants of Tenmataru, king of the underworld, they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand.
The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie.
What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my Jinxie at once.
Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you?
Well now, Damien appears to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien.
I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter.
You didn't kill the Alderman QB, did you?
I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging filth, I would have consumed him, there'd be not but ash.
Oh, yikes! So you're saying there must have been somebody else in there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. I'd better ask about this too. Detective Fullbright mentioned that you might something new to tell me?
Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber.
There we go. So that's where the killer was hiding out when Jinxie first found the murder scene. Whoa, is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too?
I don't waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take the key for the killer. Did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber.
So he wanted to keep it shut tight.
But no fingerprints shall you find upon the key.
How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then?
Foolish mortal, you would have me, Tenmataro, act as some asinine alchemist. I but asked the jailer, and my will was done, quite eagerly, I must add. Ka 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 ka!
Always honored to serve your malevolence.
What the fuck? Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask about how you use this key? You're gonna find a keyhole anywhere around the door.
Curse that infernal door! But if I had known its manner of opening, long, long ago would I have made my return.
He has a point there. Why is he allowed to have that in detention? I mean, what's he gonna do with it? Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Hidden chamber key added. I was hoping you'd take a look at this.
An offering to me, quite admirable. And the best thing you can offer me is to win me my freedom. Ka 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 ka!
Right. I'll do my best.
Ages have has it been since I've seen that. We often battled it out like this back in the day.
I've been meaning to ask, which one of you is stronger?
Ka 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 ka! That would be me, of course. For I am the demon lord of the yokai. Kasha!
Yeah, but the Nine-Tailed Fox imprisoned you and... Athena, don't encourage him! It's already hard enough as it is. Oh, I just wanted to find out which one was really the strongest. Athena watches Death Battle.
Why, that is a photo of me soaring through the heavens. But look at my wing angle. It's all wrong.
Wow, you're really a stickler for detail.
I even gave a big smile for the camera. But so small am I in this shot that one can't even see it.
I never knew demons were so interested in how they were presented by the media.
I gotta say, you're photogenic.
What, might I ask, is that?
The statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in large cloth before the Alderman's murder.
Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes. Something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Kyubi, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it.
Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck.
Of that Damien does not know.
Secret gift. Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it? I should question him about the blackmail letter too. Let's see what it says when I show it to him. Photogenic demons. Hello, Rebecca. I don't think I've seen you around here before. This is your first stream? I was hoping you'd take a look at this. Kristoff definitely cared. Oh yeah. Well, okay, Kristoff isn't a demon. He's the devil. It's a subtle distinction, okay? He's above these petty yokai, you know? Okay. Oh, it's just that.
A descendant of old Nine Tails, perhaps? It would seem he's doing quite well these days.
Yeah, he's a huge hit from kids all the way up to their grandparents.
It seems I've been resting on my laurels for far too long. It is time I, too, debut in the mortal world and rekindle my struggle against that wily fox.
That's the spirit. You can make your debut as soon as we get you that not guilty verdict.
Then I'd best return to top form. Push-ups and sit-ups will do for now. Ka-ka-ka!
Is he planning a new career as a pro wrestler? I would love that fucking concept. Just an ancient demon from like hundreds of years ago gets released from his prison, but instead of going back to like causing chaos and mayhem, he sees like a WWE match on TV and he's like, that's pretty cool, and decides to become a professional wrestler. I was hoping you'd take a look at this.
And
Oh, that's the same thing.
why, this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien.
And apparently somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. He believes someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka! You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal.
Place this in the alderman's pocket.
Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase.
So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in the theft and placement in the alderman's pocket.
Oh, could I have been? Could it have been his doing?
Mr. Mayor? I mean, Mr. Taro? Did you just remember something?
Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of the letter. Damien's aide, Florid Labelle. Full knowledge of that briefcase's contents did that aide possess.
And he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for.
That is preposterous. He's a most
Trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien.
Seems like Mayor Tenma's a bit too trusting to those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped the blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florid Labelle. Here comes justice. Okay, so we're finally on the right track. This is good. Now let's go find Mr. Labelle and rake him over the coals. Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Letter updated in the court record. There's still something that's bothering me. If Mr. Labelle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the forbidden chamber? Oh, we should probably search for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Hold on, we're not done here. Nope. Okay, Mayor took from the killer and swallowed. No finger. So when did Damien swallow the key? Because if the chamber was opened, the key must have been swallowed after it was used to open the chamber. Because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to open the chamber. But the chamber should have been opened after the murder, right? Interesting. Where could Jinxie be? Yokai Lane? There, here we go. April 18, Ninetales Vale. Yokai Lane. Hey, isn't that... Oh, you don't look so good.
It imprisoned me.
Jinxie? She's acting really strange.
That loathsome, no good Ninetales fox. He shall know the terror that is mine and despair. Yeah, you shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you.
Jinxie, are you alright?
Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer?
Morning, Jinxie. I forgot that they make the fucking, the charm move whenever he speaks. It's such a nice touch.
Morning. Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I was taking a nap back at the manor. Oh no, it must have been the Makuragaishi.
Makuragaishi?
You ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, that is the yokai's fault. The Makuragaishi preys on people when they're asleep.
That sounds like you just need to be tucked in real tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag? Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead?
I don't. Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me.
I'd say we have more than an adequate demonstration of that just now.
I'd better reapply them.
Jinxie, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Ah, there was something I wanted to tell you too. I remembered something else.
You did? What was it? Okay. Let's do presentation stuff first.
So you really are a demon lawyer? So then you must know Amadayo, the appraiser of souls. What's he like?
What's he like? He's bald, has a white beard, and
what?
he shouts guilty and order while banging his gavel. I call him the judge.
Oh wow, he's as scary as I thought.
Nah, he's just an old man who's wiser than you might. Really? Well, okay, to be fair, Apollo has not had to experience what the judge is like when dealing with someone like with Gato, you know? To be fair, Apollo did have, frankly, a pretty damn good prosecutor that he was up against most of his career, so he didn't get to see much of the judge's usual shenanigans. Though I'm pretty sure his distaste for the judge is gonna be significantly increased the more he has to be in a courtroom with him and Black Quill. Since Black Quill is more of a standard Ace Attorney prosecutor.
You sell those at the village souvenir shop.
I really went all out, making it look like a real scroll and all.
By rolling it up like that, you can't see Tenmataru's picture. It's so you don't lose your soul if you accidentally gaze upon him. Even if it's a souvenir, no one in this village wants to accidentally see what's inside.
I've heard of losing or selling your soul for many things, but the price of a souvenir?
I wonder how many innocent shop girls have fallen victim.
Wouldn't it be better not to sell them at all? I gotta get that money.
What's this? A Tsukumogami?
Tsukumogami?
A yokai that has objects that have been used for a really long time. The red demon and a Tsukumogami. What a strange combination.
Does that mean there are some supernatural phenomenon? Yes.
Alderman Kyubi made that statue. It's a token of goodwill.
Ah, I see.
I think it was meant to be for Ninetales Vale and Tenma Town.
Right. Token of goodwill, but two yokai are fighting.
Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. The statue. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration.
I see. I wonder if that guy, But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? So, yeah. The left arms just completely got broken off. Probably when it... Well, no, because there's blood on it, so... It must have been broken before it was used to hit Damien over the head. Interesting. Maybe it broke when it was used to hit me or Tenma on the head? No, because there's blood on the breakage point. That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the alderman and I. Now it's just me, but it's my symbol of goodwill. It will be forever etched in my mind. And where did the other piece go? Token of goodwill made in secret. Jinxie, I wanted to show you this. Wait, Apollo, you can't show that to her! Having your father arrested was bad enough. Did you say something? Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. You know what? Never mind. Hey, Jinxie's a huge fan of the Amazing Nine Tails. She'd probably freak out if I showed her the mask without the guy in it. What are you thinking? It could crush her if she figured out the favorite wrestler's dead. I guess I'll spare her the grief. Well, she could really use a reality check. That's the Amazing Nine Tails. He lives in the mountains right outside the village, but he often comes to visit. Really? That's not very secret or reclusive to me. No, he's not. In fact, he visits the village bathhouse all the time. No way, the Amazing Nine Tails goes to a public bathhouse? But like a true wrestling legend, he never takes his mask off. He takes baths in his mask? He also has a towel that says "Wrestlers Wanted." I saw a naked masked guy with a message like that on the towel. I'd run the other way. I saw him, and Mataro. It nearly scared me to death. Do you see a lot of monsters, Jinxie? In fact, I encountered the Sunekasuri this morning. Sunekasuri? You know, I don't know about that one. How about you tell me? It's a mean little beast that trips you by bumping into your shins. I keep tripping all the time because of that pesky little thing. When it gets really bad, I stick Sunekasuri warding charms on my shins. How about investing in some shin guards and watching your step instead? No, but if I look down while I'm walking, I might see the Sukemasuri or something, and then I'd be cursed or something, maybe. Oh no, and earlier today I was walking through my room and I stepped on I stepped on a Lego demon. Oh, I've never felt such pain before in my life. Okay. What do you remember? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What? It's about the yokai feathers and the tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Of course they weren't, because the killer set the crime scene up after the fact. Wait, what? Are you sure? Wait, don't we already know this? Wasn't there like a whole thing about about how she came in, saw the crime scene, then she went to the fucking phone, and then she saw Tenmataro running out of the crime scene? Like, that's just... We know for a fact that Tenmataro was in the crime scene after she had already found it. My memory's crystal clear now. So you're saying that they were left of the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Now, because Jinxie's already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. They weren't there when she discovered the crime scene. It will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. I would not put it past her. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the forbidden chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism? Really? Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman QB knew what it was and how it worked. And the Alderman of Ninetailsville sure loved his secrets. Apollo, let's go see if we can find the secret mechanism. Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Manor's Master Key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened. I guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. For all we know, Mayor Tenma took the key for the killer and swallowed it, so... So then the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain! Well, we need to investigate that chamber. I'm not fully convinced on that one. Is there anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it. Oh! Ah! My bracelet! It's reacting! And there's no stupid hawk to stop me here! Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be...
And justice we trust!
Yeah! A ghost!
Ah!
Detective Fullbright, what are you doing here?
I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her.
Question me? Sorry, not interested. You here to ask about the whole yokai affair?
That's right. Especially, we want to ask. Ah, but I can tell you that now, can't I?
Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right?
No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust.
The Twisted Samurai sure has him on the short leash. So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then?
Ah, come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you.
He took her away. Missed my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they'll let us in now.
Oh, what do we got over here?
Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent. Bro got it. Bro went and got a whole hair dye job. I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for your dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask about you-know-what. Oh yeah. Before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. I'm trying to think what the Florent La hair dye. I'm trying to think what the purpose of the dyed hair could be. Maybe there's like maybe there was some hair left behind somewhere, and so he's dyeing his hair to try to make it seem like it wouldn't be his in case we find it. His profile hasn't updated yet. Also, wait, do I still have hold on. Do I still have the image somewhere here? There we go. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. I gotta say, it's less now that the hair isn't, now that he's changed the hair color. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers? What do you want with me? Oh, there's something we want to ask. Where's that ringing coming from? You'll have to excuse me. Bro, what? Hello, LaBelle here. Wait, no, that's actually, that's low-key kind of smart, just having your phone on your shoulder pads. What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that. Oh, you must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? I'm surprised. This is my own special design. It's the ultimate in functional beauty. Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? You simply don't have an eye for beauty. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. So, what do you want with me? Stop stroking that flower. It's making me uncomfortable. Yes, do you always go around sticking your hand in other people's faces? Oh, no, I just wanted to show you this. Oh, yes, you do have something in that grimy paw of yours. But I only have eyes for things of beauty. Now, if you would excuse me. I guess I only look at stuff that interests him. Well, let's find out just what interests him. See if any of this gets some kind of reaction out of him. The amazing Ninetales. What's so amazing about him? I mean, my glossies are selling way better than his. You sell glossies of yourself? That's right, I have one for all 7 of my hair colors. Well, guess that's it. Civilization is If you want one, you simply need to ask. I'll even let you choose the color yourself. No, thank you. She thinks she saw Tenma Taro near the scene of the crime. And the little dear's always talking such nonsense. After all, she's always calling you a red demon, is she not? Ah! Plus, she has the nerve to call me, of all people, a yokai. She even has a name for me, Baron Powderface. I've never been so insulted. How could anyone look at him and not think monster? Now, if she had named me the beautiful Baron Powderface, I could have forgiven her. Wait, that's your sticking point? What is that? It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Kyubi. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And? Your point being? Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase, and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. Oh, you don't say. That's a good moment to return for. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally you— Ah! Perhaps the shot of cologne will make the scales fall from your eyes. Or my eyes fall from their sockets. What the fuck is that? It's possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect.
That would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place.
Oh, well...
My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now let me show you what to do with this garbage.
You can't destroy evidence like that!
What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now?
You've just won a one-way trip to the top of the most annoying person's ever list, buddy boy. I don't know. I feel like, fuck, what's that one doctor? Or doctor, that keeps, coming back in all the games? And is also a pedophile? I feel like he still wins that competition. Okay, that's it. Haughty, yes! Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenma Taro. What about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see— Ah!
Very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Tenma Taro.
So he did see something. And why did you lie about not seeing him?
I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie.
Protect Jinxie? What do you mean?
Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers.
Which one are we talking about?
The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenma Taro.
That one's new to me. I mean, she was acting quite strange when we first ran into her today.
Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Tenma Taro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect.
Tell us more about that rumor. So, what about that rumor? What was that rumor about Jinxie?
Well, they say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly when she starts wandering around doing strange things.
Like, the only thing I could think of is that she could be a spirit medium, maybe? Maybe someone, you know, a long descendant, you know, like, distant, like, grandparent, was a fae, possibly. But if that was the case, her body would physically transform if she was channeling a spirit, so it can't be that. Is that so? Well, come to think of it. That loathsome no good nine-tails fox, he shall know terror that is mine and despair. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier.
Once she even put a Tenma Taro costume and wandered around the woods at night.
She did? Oh, anime bit. I wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? Back when I first finished the case, I thought LaBelle was just annoying and boring. Over time, I just grew a spot for him. I think his characterization is decent now. Interesting.
Unfortunately, no, she doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes.
Memory loss during possession.
Come to think of it, her memory of the murder was quite fuzzy. I suppose that too was caused by her possession.
Then maybe.
So you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making.
Now wait a minute. Although, yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episodes next time we talk to him. Well, the problem is Mayor Tenma is currently pretending to be possessed with Tenmataro, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Are we done with our silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know.
I guess that's it for now.
Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? Oh, you wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Oh, then I shouldn't advertise it on TV? But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Stop the bus. I'm getting off. Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis la Belle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare.
You don't say.
Oh, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants.
Peasants?
This is my latest product. I'm calling it
Couleur la Belle.
a dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water.
Guess that means you can't sweat.
I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads.
Yet it's not available to the public? Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met.
The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty.
Oh, Apollo, what should I do? That'll take before you get a face full of cologne. Yeah, good point. Oh, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Couleur la Belle. Hair color that washes out with water. It's Laurent LaBelle's own brand. Isn't available to the general public. How the fuck is this gonna play into the murder? He said he has 7 colors, so something in the crime scene could maybe be... Something could have been painted and then washed out? Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. Still gotta find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Tell me some more.
A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with water. Isn't it magnificent?
What if you start to sweat? Won't that wash the color out too?
I assure you, Florent LaBelle, embodiment of beauty, does not sweat.
And what about rain? Even if you don't sweat, you never know when it might... Ah! Peasants like you failed to grasp the truth.
Rain and other forces of nature draw back in awe of my beauty.
Sure, they're not being repelled by your narcissism. Just me or his investigation is much more streamlined and linear now? The investigations. You keep getting directed to the next scene again and again? Maybe. I mean, some of them definitely feel like that. But it could have definitely been annoying in some of the other games where you could just had like no idea what to do. Alright, let's figure this out. Okay, let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Fox Chamber. Forbidden Chamber. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see how it works. Do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber? I'll just have to open it to find out. We should also see if there's anywhere the killer could have hidden in this room. Okay, let's get started. Apúrate, Apollo. Apúrate. So I guess their time in Europe was spent in Spain. Oh, we already investigated that. Sorry. Anything new? I don't think we'll find anything else on this chair.
Eh.
There's carvings of the nine-tailed fox over the door. Statues of him on either side. The way those 2 statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are 2 foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey, the statue moves! Don't get carried away now. Oh no, this might trigger a trap. I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid. I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that the fox statue rotates. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in? So that's how we unlock the chamber, I guess. Maybe the killer hid under the table. That would be a terrible hiding place. Alderman's body would have been right above it. Maybe you're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Wait, there's something under the table. Well, let's check it out. Oh. Ah, the other piece. Hey, look. There's something down here. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is a piece of what? It's the statue. Oh, I know. Might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? Yeah, and that piece has no blood on it, meaning the statue must have been broken. The statue was broken before it was used as a weapon, which is interesting. So how did the statue break? Bro thinks he's a divine being. Yeah, basically. Really chase again into... I don't even know how to pronounce that. The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. This piece broke off and rolled under the table? Alright. Look at all these feathers. And bloody tracks, too. And we have Jinxie and Mr. Filch's eyewitness reports. And a newspaper photo. Our yokai's definitely not the shy type, that's for sure. This is bad. Mayor Tenma is scary enough though, people thinking he's a yokai. It means your tree in Turkish. Still no keyhole, huh? Yeah, the door won't budge. Just like those spiky bangs of yours. Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door. Oh, I know. I'll break it down with a body slam. I seriously doubt you could do that. How do you know if I haven't even tried? No, wait, don't. Ah! As much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match. Anything else we can interact with? Guess not. We should be able to actually... Yeah, here we go. We can look around. I just remember this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room. And the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was opened. Then when no one was looking, he made his escape. A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged into it when it was opened. Oh, I get it. The killer could have been there because of the statue. Yeah. What about this side? I better take a look behind this door too. Nothing. Oh look, the doorknob banged into the wall. Made a big dent too. Yeah, okay, so they weren't hiding behind that one either. I'm glad we're actually going through these possibilities. That's good. That wouldn't happen if the killer had been hiding there. Right. I guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick. That's good to know. Foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. So that's how we need to position them, I guess. Does this have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. 2 foxes. There are 2 fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well. Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have 2 foxes on it. And there are 2 fox statues in front of the door. Maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down. She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We just gotta rotate the statues. Never find a keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how the fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? The screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them. Need to go, we'll be back in a few minutes. Sure. Hey, I bet you're right. Let's go over the screen with a fine-tooth comb. Before we do that, what can we see from this angle? Statue? The statue originally depicted the 2 yokai holding up a cup in a gesture of goodwill. Maybe Alderman Kyubi was planning on smoothing things over with Mayor Tenma. But he was murdered instead. Somebody who intervened. Mayor was only pursuing the municipal merger because he'd been blackmailed. Who knows? This murder hadn't occurred. Maybe he could have come up with a solution. Probably, which is why LaBelle had to commit the murder. The question is, why does he care about the merger so much? There's a cliff outside this window. It's pretty impossible to get out this way. Yeah. I heard things like that. It just makes me want to try. Never say never, right? I bet I could get out this way. No, wait! Do you have a death wish or something? It won't even open wide enough for me to squeeze through. I guess I lost that bet. That loss just saved your life. Doesn't this Tanuki statue remind you of the Manor's caretaker, Phineas Filch? This raccoon-looking thing? Yeah, it does look like him. Oh, I just got the best idea. We should knock it over. I might transform back into Mr. Filch. Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know? Way to waste a brilliant idea, Apollo. Okay, let's look at that folding screen once more time. On closer inspection, I think there's more to this screen than meets the eye. Let's check every last inch of it. Rotate the folding screen with... If I spot anything of interest, I can press A to inspect it further. Let's zoom in and out with Y to get a better look. Now let's check every last inch of it. Ooh. That's the key. The picture of the key. Huh. Shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. Definitely getting warmer. Okay, let's take an even closer look. Yeah, so this is, I'm guessing this is the door. And when we fold the screen, the door will then, it will show that they actually need to be facing each other rather than facing away. Pretty sure. What's this? It looks like a keyhole or something. Think it could be a keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? Wait, what about the key drawn at the end of the screen? Think the two are related? Key and a keyhole? Oh, I just got an idea. If you fold the screen just upright, the key and the keyhole should overlap. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Right, and when we do... Yeah, the foxes need to be facing each other. Look, it's a door. Yeah, and it's open too. Two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we make those fox statues face each other? Apollo, let's go check out the two statues. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other. Just like on the screen. Nice! Look! Lock appeared. Now I can use the key. Okay, here goes nothing. It worked! Now I see why this chamber is so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? Ooh. It's dark in here. These doors need some serious oil. Oh, that was like nails on a chalkboard. Oh, right. Forget about those super good ears of yours. And another one of Florent LaBelle's hair products, so he definitely was in here. Look, more feathers. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ah! What the heck is that? Is that a Tenmataro? Statue? But there's something odd about it. All I know is I don't like it. Can't explain why. It's holding... And it's holding that thing with the rings that was making noise. But that's the only depiction we've found of Tenmataro that has those rings. And then there's one... Okay, so there's those staffs missing. Which means LaBelle got the staff from here in order to then do the Tenmataro. And the only person who could have actually known that Tenmataro was supposed to have the staff is someone that came into this chamber, because this statue is the only depiction of him with the staff. All I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look! What is it? Over there on the left, there's a bunch of staffs on a rack. Doesn't look like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tenmataro carrying? Yeah. I bet our Tenmataro impersonator really did come here at some point. Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's search this place. Ooh. And it's a 2D one. Interesting. And there's the big one. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Je suis LaBelle? LaBelle? What the? Then, wouldn't that mean Mr. LaBelle was here? I guess so, but why? Oh, whoever was dressed up like Tenmataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. That same person probably dropped this hand cream at the time. In other words, the Tenmataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than Florent LaBelle! Yep. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. All we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Yeah, tomorrow might actually be the last day in court. Like, we basically have our prime suspect already. Alright. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber. Those are brown, but sure. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. Question is, why? Maybe the Tenmataro costume was hidden in here? I mean, someone carried it through the manor, but it stuck out like a sore thumb. When did the killer get in here? There is a hole that possibly leads outside. Yes, that's the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow. This one tough riddle, alright. Here hath Tenmataro been imprisoned. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, here lies Tenmataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone? Say it so! Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freakout Central, right here, baby. Cut it out, Widget. Niall is strong in this one. For a second, I thought she was actually serious. And yeah, interestingly, this depiction has gold on the ears, whereas this one doesn't. And it also has the staff. You need to remember, was the Tenmataro that Jinxie saw, did it have gold on the ears? Stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there's no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Tenmataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. Does he have cable TV, though? Hey, there's a bunch of staffs here. It looks like one's missing. It doesn't look like he has gold on his ears. Interesting. Tenmataro Jinxie saw must have taken it. I'd have to agree. These look like the one Detective Fullbright showed us. I think there's so many here. Yeah, maybe they're spares. Tenmataro might be, you know, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staffs handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. At least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults, but I won't hold my breath. God, Apollo, fucking savage. Jesus Christ. What's this scroll about? Looks like an old scroll. There's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Sort of monk, maybe? And some kind of golden stone? Monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? Man, this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh, look, there's some yellow things strapped to his back. Oh, it's turning into Tenmataro. Tenmataro was born from this, like, stone or something? What's this scroll getting at? Tenmataro was born, and yet again, we see a depiction of Tenmataro with the staff. Which, interestingly, is not the case for any of the other depictions. Oh, whatever it is. It's definitely creepy. Oh, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenmataro has a staff. The Tenmataro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be a significant. Why? Because Jinxie saw him with the staff, meaning that the old Jinxie could not have imagined Tenmataro with the staff, because unless she's been in this chamber, she would not know that Tenmataro is supposed to have a staff, meaning that she could not have imagined Tenmataro with the staff. Furthermore, whoever was in the Tenmataro costume must have been in this room and must have known that Tenmataro was supposed to have a staff. And that would obviously be Flort LaBelle, since he's the only person who we have direct evidence was in this room. First, to go around this table here. Oh, Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it. Who knows what might be in there? It's just a big empty compartment. All the dust and cobwebs. I'd say it hasn't been open in a really long time. It's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and... Wait, there is something in here. It's like some sort of figure. It's so dusty, I can't tell what it's supposed to be. That looks like Filch. I wonder what it's doing here. Yeah, they've been stuck inside Tenma, a thick layer of dust suggests it's been there for some time. Is Filch a fucking yokai? What? I mean, if Filch is some kind of like trickster god, I guess it would explain why he's just like surprisingly good at stealing shit from people in ways that should not be possible. Oh look, there's an air vent here too. Guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. Huh. I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, there's nothing to stand on around here. I don't know where this air vent leads. Do we still have the stepladder? Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the case after all. I doubt that. I guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. It probably leads outside. I'm guessing LaBelle was in here, took the costume, and then went out the air vent, and then came in through the window, maybe? I mean, like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tenma Taro. Huh. Already searched here. Okay. Good to know. Any good ideas yet, Athena? Good ideas? You bet I do. Well, here's the thing. Thing? What thing? Oh, you saw right through me, didn't you? You mean you really have nothing for me? No, sorry, I just got a little carried away. Oh boy, bluffing is obviously not her strength. So you finally have the real killer in our sights. The person to threaten Mayor Tenma, push for the municipal merger, and to be identified to the manner disguised as Tenma Taro. It's none other than Mayor Tenma's aide, Floret LaBelle. We're in for a fight tomorrow. Let's banish Tenma Taro, both literally and figuratively. Yeah, we'll be fine between the two of us. We'll send the yokai packing, along with that twisted samurai of a prosecutor. Let's do this! Yeah, let's go, Widget. What the fuck does this all mean? No one here. See if Filch is here. Yep. April 18, QB Manor. Foyer. It's the curse of Tenma Taro! Oh, he's still fucking Widget! And you outsiders are ignoring the superstitions that are your peril. Mind your business, will ya? Ah! What's all this about a curse? Tenma Taro's gonna curse y'all. What did he steal? Unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to them what them superstitions say. Right, how about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine. You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. Same goes for my bracelet. Oh, that's what he took. I didn't even notice. Sorry, promise I won't do it again. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. Big jerk. I'm sorry. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. Look at that. Look at him. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Sure, we can do that. I got some stuff to present to him first. Mind if I ask you about this? Eh? Oh, that! Yeah, right. Well, does it ring a bell? Oh, it's ringing all right. You want to thank me for all my hard work, and I humbly accept. Oh, this isn't a gift. Should have known this was a dead end. No. Hmm. No. I'm not.
Master! Hey, that's the amazing Ninetales mask! You made to sell it, ain't ya? Why, you sneaky little lily-livered?
No, I'm not trying to sell it. It could be a key piece of evidence.
Ah, too bad. Thought I'd hook you up with a buyer I know.
Wait, you want me to sell it? Of course he does. He probably gets commission.
Hey, I know that picture. That's my amazing Ninetales glossy. How dare you steal from me?
No, this is the one you gave me. Remember? You said you had lots more.
I did? Well, it was never really mine in the first place, so... Yeah, you can go ahead and keep it.
Don't tell me I'm now guilty of receiving stolen goods. Autopsy report. Superstitions. Doesn't know about the key. Doesn't know about LaBelle's products. No reaction to the statue, interestingly. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal a widget?
Yipes! Mercy, mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's the thieving blood running in my veins.
Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean?
Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this.
What exactly am I looking at? It looks like another one of those yokai to me.
It's none other than the Azuki Kozo, robbed from the rich to give to the poor he did.
And that's the statue we found. Yeah. In the chamber.
And he'd leave one of these figures at the scene of the crime.
I see. So he stole something from the demon box chamber?
What's more, I'm his grandson because he was my grandpappy.
Oh, you don't say.
Thieves' honor, it's the honest truth. Ah, the sloshing sound of Azuki beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver out of wealth, reborn.
Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Yeah, there we go.
Hey! What are you doing with that there figure?
Oh, this? We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it had been there practically forever.
Ah, can me and my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. You once told me there's treasure in that there chamber.
Treasure? So then that's probably what LaBelle was going after, right? He was gonna try to merge the towns so that then he could get access to the Forbidden Chamber, and that way, find the treasure? So that he could keep fucking paying for his, for ads about his fucking beauty products that he doesn't want to sell? That would be wild if his entire motivation for the murder is he wants to keep fucking buying ads of his beauty products, but he doesn't want to sell them, so he needs to find the secret treasure of Tenma Taro. But in order to do that, in order to access the chamber, he needed to set up the murder. Or, right, because the merger wasn't going to happen because Alderman Kyubi was gonna present the statue as a gesture of goodwill to Mayor Tenma, and so the merger wasn't gonna happen. He was probably listening in and had like a backup plan. So in order to, so the merger wasn't gonna happen. As a last resort, he committed the murder, pinned it on Damien, and then stole the treasure. I'm guessing. But if his grandpappy had been there before, then there shouldn't be a treasure. I'll save that one. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenmataro near the scene of the crime.
Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me.
People of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenmataro.
Damn right, the superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell ya. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on.
So you plan on staying here in Ninetales Vale?
Yep, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. They have superstitions that are like a rulebook to me.
Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales?
Ain't you been listening to a word I said?
You're gonna do exactly what them superstitions say. Well, I say that's baloney. Yeah, because the superstitions say that he should leave the village, right? Yeah, ignoring the superstition costs you your soul. There is, however, one way to save you. Your immediate departure from the village. Right. That's clearly written here. Ignoring the superstition would cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. Ah! So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking to us. You said you plan on staying right here in Ninetales Vale. But if you really believe in the superstitions, you should have been long gone by now. Ah! I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch.
Yipes!
Nice. You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you?
Sorry, but I didn't have no choice.
Yeah, because LaBelle is like... What was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenmataro?
It's all that Pretty Boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. He said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen.
So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Mr. LaBelle wanted to scare you into silence.
Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor, the one about her being possessed.
Rumor again. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor. Ow! Hey, watch it! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch.
I'll be taking this back now. They're like family to me.
You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Guess you don't need that anymore. What do you know about the treasures in the Forbidden Chamber?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
Something amazing in there. Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he?
Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, it just might be. That's Grandpappy for you. And he watched that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor.
Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. Is that all he wanted to ask Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can find Jinx. Oh, okay. LaBelle is here. Let's see. Have anything to... Wait, this is a trump card. Better not show it off too soon. You wanted something? Oh, no, never mind. No, he doesn't seem to care about that. Yokai Lane. He's not here. Oh, I guess Phoenix is gone.
I was shocked to hear the demon appeared at your trial.
You're shocked? I was the one questioning him.
I wish you would have called me in.
Really? You would have come to my rescue?
With a demon like that, your tightrope style of defense. And my magic tricks, we would have had it all. We could have been the 3 great illusions. The audiences would have been in the palm of our hand.
I'd settle for convincing the judge with some solid evidence.
It's everyone's favorite. Juicy's 2 cents. Go ahead, ask me anything.
My client has turned into a demon. I don't know what he's thinking, and I have no idea what to do.
I think this calls for...
placing yourself in the other person's shoes. In other words, think of what it's like to be a demon. That should be easy for you, Polly. Right, okay, here goes.
A red demon! Ah! Return to the black pit from whence you were spawned!
It ain't easy being a demon, that's for sure. Alright, what do you have to say about some of this stuff? Okay, watch me make that disappear! No, wait, that's crucial evidence! But I wanted to show you my new disappearing trick. Oh, I know. If it's really so important, how about I make more of it appear? Fabricating evidence is even worse! Bleh. Oh well, too bad. Check it out! You're so lucky, Apollo. Everyone can see what you do with just a flash of your badge. What about you, Trucy? People can tell you're a magician just by the way you're dressed. Yeah, but I can't always dress like that. Like when I'm at school and stuff. You know, you show you're a magician by making things appear or disappear. You mean like this? 2, 1. Ta-da! Magic or no, aren't you a little old to be showing those things in public? Maybe I'll become a lawyer too. You're abandoning your dreams just like that? Oh, right. She has an animation in the middle of her I don't know this dialogue, which means it's gonna take forever. No, I mean, I don't expect her to know anything about any of these other than maybe the wrestling stuff. But even then, probably not. But it's still worth checking, just in case. Nope. Oh, might as well be better safe than sorry. Oh, Jinxie says she saw Tenmataru in QB Manor. Really? So the killer's a yokai or whatever they call it? I wonder. If the killer is one of these yokai things, how will they ever catch it? I'm not sure, but if you do, it would be big news. Just leave it to me. This would be a great chance to promote the Right Anything Agency. Sure, the agency would be famous for catching a demon. But I doubt it'd help improve our case volume. Might even scare clients away. Yeah. I think after the DL6 incident, I don't think people are too happy about supernatural things in court. What, you haven't heard of Florent LaBelle's fabulous hair products? How could you not? Now, I want to see Florent LaBelle and Maximilian Galactica in the same room together. Now, that would be something. Alright, nothing from Trucy. Let's go to the detention center. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. It's been going good.
Why are you speaking like that?
Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned.
Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me.
That's a relief. I will actually get somewhere this time.
So, what can I do for you today?
We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed.
Ah,
She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh? Damn it.
No match is this warding charm for me.
Ah, the charm. Tenmataro's back.
Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming that charm for my doings.
I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Great. Anything to say about LaBelle? No. No, okay. How does she do that? There's glass between them? I guess she could have asked the guard for like special permission to put the charm on him. I'd like you to ask about something your aide, Florent LaBelle, mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed?
I know not what you speak of.
You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you?
I, Tenmataru, demon lord of the yokai, protect a mere mortal. Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka! No affections do I possess for your race of humans.
Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. If you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name.
But I have already told you, I know not what you speak.
I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove Jinxie didn't plant the yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo. I think I got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain the whole possession thing. Knock yourself out, then. Oh, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts. Alright. Give it a shot. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? Yeah, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetails Vale?
When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night.
I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. That means she can't be trying to protect you, at least not at a conscious level. So then Tenmataru that was spotted at the mayor wasn't Jinxie.
Sleepwalking, eh?
That would indeed explain the matter.
Oh look, Tenmataru's spirit! It's left the mayor's body. Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you.
Okay, here we go. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it.
You suspect Florent is behind this. But why? Did he really want Ninetails Vale that badly?
Think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenmataru for a spell. Could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenmataru.
No, I think it was just after the treasure. That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenmataru brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenmataru thing now. Yeah, I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle.
Dinner is ready, your malevolence.
An offering to the Demon King. You may place it right here.
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka!
Yes, your malevolence. I'll remember that.
How long has he planned to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we already talked to Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth? We won't be able to claim that Tenmataru is Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? Alright, we're continuing on. Okay, now let's practice that again. Filchy from the top. Did his hair color change again? I could have sworn it was blue, not purple before.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, oh heck, what was the next part again? Ah!
You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 13th time, you know. 100 times more and we're done. What on earth are they practicing?
Oh, I ain't cut out for this. Upsy daisy.
Oh!
Beg your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just all this practice. Yipes!
Unbelievable. What if you had sullied my outfit with one of those grubby paws of yours? Filched LaBelle's wallet just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want of me? Your confession of being the Tenmataro imposter would be nice right about now. Mr. Filch filled me in on the conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Filchy, you fool! Ah! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth. So why do you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. And that also means she couldn't have possibly been the Tenmataro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenmataro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort.
That's right, Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenmataro was Jinx.
I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have a memory capacity of a flea. Practice it 100 more times.
Yipes!
So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones.
What? What was I sleeping? Yeah, it must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy it did.
Well, it's time for your lesson in what to do and say tomorrow. So his cologne was the fucking... So his cologne was the sleep... what is the drug that he used to put people to sleep? And I guess since he's been using it on Filch so many times, it's actually starting to put him to sleep. I guess the dose needed must be pretty significant in that case, huh?
I'm begging you, not another lesson. Cut out for this thinking and I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Ah! Right up the schnozzle.
Keep quiet and do exactly as I say.
Oh, please! Anything but another lesson!
I think we should leave these two. There they go. I missed our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is to lie. Is that lie Jinxie told? Better go clear that up before tomorrow. Think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane, stopping more charms. Yokai Lane. Accursed nine-tailed fox. The time for setting the scar is nigh. My grudge has but festered over time. At last, my vengeance will be mine. She must be possessed or sleepwalking again. If I speak softly, I won't startle her and get charm plastered on my forehead. Psst, Jinxie.
Hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fallen off again.
Guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel. Are they done questioning you, Jinxie?
Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Yeah, which one?
Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Tenmataru. It shows them dancing together.
Really? They're rivals dancing together.
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding bridges.
Oh, right, for the municipal merger issue.
No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning.
We weren't fighting, it was just spirited debate. It's what lawyers...
No fighting!
Charm slapped again. Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. Yep. Know you anything about LaBelle's products? No? What about Gozo's statue? Nope. Alright. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. You remember anything else that seems important?
Like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe we'll remember something else this time.
When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman QB were collapsed in the fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
I knew it. She's holding something back. Alright, let's go. You see, it's seriously starting to remember. Oh, was I supposed to press a different button? Yeah. Perceive, there we go. Let's go.
That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
Going? Oh, there we go. You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm. Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else?
How could you tell? Only a demon can have such powers.
Apollo does have supernatural powers. It is true. She is right about that one. All right. Spill the beans, girl.
Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that?
Could you be a little more specific?
Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman QB."
He said what?
The mayor actually confessed to his crime. But he didn't mean it. He can possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
Or heavily concussed from being, smacked over the head with a statue. A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we gonna do now? Believe in our client. Turn to basics. That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. I just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession?
I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer.
Why would the mayor confess like that? He really have been dreaming or simply delirious? Yeah, who knows? I sure feel like I'm living in a nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we gonna do about tomorrow's trial? crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived. Our client even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know. Well, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman QB, and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber. The real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Our person must have fled the Fox Chamber when it was opened. That's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro.
Right.
But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
What's going on here? LaBelle's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Probably in the Forbidden Chamber is the only place that makes sense, but how? It should have been locked after the murder was committed. Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. You have to talk down that dirty, rotten Tenma Taro, Florent LaBelle. Right, we'll get him with a legal exorcism. Justice style.
Alright, to be continued.
Yep, and we are gonna leave today's episode here. Cool. All right, that was it for today's episode of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, the dual Destinies. Yes. So yeah, really interesting stuff. Yeah, that statement from the biggest mysteries right now are, how did LaBelle, well, obviously LaBelle's motive, how did LaBelle get into the room after Jinxie went to call the police? Like, my thoughts were that he was hidden in the in the Forbidden Chamber, right? But the problem is, if that was when but that would have happened after Damien had already eaten the key, so the only way he could have gotten in there is through that air vent. We didn't really get to investigate that air vent too much, so I don't know. He obviously got the staff from there, and he's the only one that could have done it because he's the only one that knew that Tenma Taro was supposed to have a staff. The treasure is interesting, because it was clearly stolen by Filch. But then, I'm guessing LaBelle was after the treasure, which is really funny that he didn't fucking find it when he actually managed to get into the chamber. Yeah, the only thing I think of is LaBelle was after the treasure, so he wanted the merger to happen. That's why he blackmailed Damien. However, Damien and QB were going to work things out, and the merger wasn't going to happen. So Alderman took it upon himself to kill QB, frame Alderman, and break into the chamber that day. But when he got there, he didn't find the treasure. And then he proceeded to dress up as Tenma Taro in order to do the in order to set up the crime scene, maybe? The question, yeah, the big one is just how did we see, why was Tenma Taro flying? How did he get from the Forbidden Chamber into that, how did he manage to move between the Forbidden Chamber and the Fox Chamber, even though the door was supposedly locked? So I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on it. I'm not entirely sure how everything's gone down right now, but I'm very interested to see why would Damien say that? I mean, I guess we could interpret it metaphorically, like he says, oh shit, by bringing about this meeting and trying to bring the two towns by doing this meeting with QB and not letting the town, you know, to figure out how to stop the town, the merger of the towns, then I said indirectly led to him being killed. That's the only way I can interpret that. And then also, how did the statue break? Because clearly the statue was broken before it was used to hit Damien over the head. So I don't know. We'll have to see. That being said, we're gonna leave this off here today, and I will see you all. Hold on. Probably gonna be busy over the weekend, so the next stream is probably gonna be about a week from now. That'll be Persona 5. But yeah, I will see you all when that happens. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, you too, Sarandon. Thanks for being here.